These mics are really good.
After you start going boots and cats and boots and cats.
Alright, cats. Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the FlappCast, Behind the Funny, where we find out what goes behind the scenes at a comedy club. I'm Barbara Holliday.
I'm Joshua Snyder, the depression starter.
And we are here. I'll be the energy starter. But we're here with Darren Carter.
Darren Carter, the party starter.
Oh, we had a new name for you today.
Oh,
we're going to call you the controversial starter.
Ooh, I talk about the truth.
Nah.
By the way, this is boring. What else is on? Is there any other podcasts out there?
Oh.
I've always wanted to say that.
Has there been a podcast where they listen to WTF on the podcast? Is that
I don't know. I'm sure
comment on
Wow. You just do a podcast listening to all the other podcasts.
Right, like a Mr.
Kind of like Beavis and Butthead.
This is the one where Barbara's on.
So, which podcasts of those podcasts that are large have you been on already?
Let me see. Oh,
Sure.
I've been on the What's for Dinner with Flip Schultz. He's
Ooh.
a great comedy
I think
veteran.
he's stopping by today.
Yeah, I sent him a tweet.
Rumor mill, he's stopping by.
If we're lucky.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So, Darren, you were on our podcast before, and we talked a lot about promotion, and we talked about
Oh, it was great. I had a great
branding.
time. The last time I did this podcast, I lost 10 followers, but but I gained more knowledge.
Ooh, that was our plan.
I'm kidding. I had a great time here. It was really good.
Well, Darren is going to be headlining here in Burbank on May 16th and 17th. So, and also at our Claremont Club on June 6th and 7th. So, we love Darren Carter.
Can I kiss ass a little bit? Even when you guys aren't around and
stop it.
I'm just out my daily activities and I'm around Burbank or Glendale, I tell them to go to Flappers. I say, not only is it the best food, the people are the greatest, the free parking, it's phenomenal, and you guys have great air conditioning. I mean, this place is just great. No,
Well, not according to Pauly Shore.
Oh, really? No, it gets cold in here. I like that comedy is, cold is funny, and it's really like...
Comedy is a dish best served cold.
Yes.
And it's warm and...
Well, because you're laughing so hard, you get hot.
Yeah.
So it has to be cool in the room because you're and because you're so hot on stage, Darren.
Like
Let's be honest.
flame.
So you know what? Since last time we talked so much about you, and I mean, you are an amazing comic, and you're going to hear Darren throughout today doing what the amazing things he does with his mouth. I'm sure his wife can appreciate that. But I wanted to talk about a topic that's hot in the news right now, and I wanted to get your 2 cents on it. We've got to talk about this Stiviano Donald Sterling thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you doing some jokes about it? Do you have a rap for her yet?
No, I don't.
Oh, come on.
What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, oh, Jesus. I can't, it's on my mind so bad.
Well, why don't we start with the impression? Barb has an impression.
I do. I have an impression of
Let's start with that.
Stiviano on her 2020 interview. If the listeners, you'll have to describe this, but... I think Donald is hurting right now.
Oh, God.
So here's my
He's really hurting right now.
So this is my question about her. She's like in her 30s, right, or something.
30. I
Yeah.
think she just turned 30.
But she looks like she's had plastic surgery already.
Yeah, but here's the big question. So she was on this 2020 interview, and she literally was saying that she just had left Donald, and he was supposed to be on the interview too, but somehow backed out last minute. And Barbara Walters was like, why? There, 2 impressions today.
That's all she asked. That was the whole interview. Why?
Why? Go. Why?
But
I would just, if I was interviewing her, I would just say that the whole time. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Barbara
Why did you
did ask
record? Why did you record them? Why did you set them up? Why does he talk like this? Why are you with him? We know why you're with him, but why? I would just go, why?
That's the one question Barbara did not ask her,
Why he secretly-
was why
or
she released it. Have you heard all this? So the whole time she was saying, oh, he's hurting right now. He's hurting right now. Well, will he apologize, Barbara asked. And she said, only God knows.
So no.
Only God knows.
Oh, boy.
And anyway, the interesting thing was Barbara Walters never asked her, why did she release the tape? And
Well, I read somewhere that she said that she claims she didn't release the tape.
Well, the rumor is that she friends of hers released it.
Oh, I
so
see.
that's convenient, huh? So
yeah.
my friend released the tape.
Yes.
Right?
The dog ate my homework, and my friend released the tape.
Why do you think she released the tape?
Oh, well, she is now Kato Caitlin, right? She has immortalized herself. I mean, for whatever reason, does it really matter? She will now be famous or infamous for all time, right?
Yes.
Imagine if her and Kato Caitlin had a baby.
How soon to
No?
their co-headlining here? Go ahead. I hope not.
They're opening for you, Darren. I'm sorry.
No.
Shit, I forgot to tell
For
you.
her big closing bit, she removes the cum factor visor thing that she wears. See the
Well, she's not a mistress, you know.
yeah.
I'm
And
sorry,
she-
did you just say cum factor?
Yeah, I meant to say cum shield.
You mean
I said
the-
cum factor. Yeah, cum factor.
Oh, so you're
That
saying
sounds
the
like a-
visor she was wearing was a cum shield?
Yeah, it's kind of like
Oh,
a welding mask.
Man,
It's
that is
with a-
harsh.
I know, but I like the term cum factor. Like, what's the cum factor on her? What do you think?
Wait, but you know what? She's Donald Sterling's right-hand man arm. That's what she said. She's his
Girlfriend.
right-hand man arm.
Right.
But she's not his mistress, and he pays her off the books. Right. So she actually
Under the
admitted
table,
that off
where
the
she
books.
belongs.
That was my tongue like.
Well, the other thing I've heard that people are saying is that that most people have known that this man has been a racist for many years.
Yeah.
And so this is actually not new information per se. It's just now been...
Well, he's a slumlord, basically. And you know what's funny is, did you ever see those ads in the LA Times with his face? Like
Yeah.
if you read the Sunday
Yeah, yeah.
paper, you always see a picture of him and like 50 other ugly old white people.
Yeah.
Maybe there was one Latino in there every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just pictures of them and what they had donated to, like millions and millions of dollars.
Good
So-
for them.
And he's Jewish, isn't he? He is Jewish.
Well, but they found out Darren. See, Darren doesn't want to dish. Darren doesn't
Yeah,
like
tell
to
me,
dish.
tell
dude.
me.
Apparently,
I like to look for the good in people, but keep going.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. I'm trying.
He gave.
I'm looking. I'm searching. Tell me what it is.
So he gave. So that was sounds
Okay.
good, right? Like they donated money.
No.
That's
So
good.
him and his wife owned a lot of properties.
Yes.
Okay. So they made millions, and they actually owned properties, and the wife actually is caught on tape kicking black people out of the apartments.
Oh.
This is true. He was a slumlord. And so the rumor is that possibly Stiviano, she was getting sued by the wife
Yes.
anyway, and so that she possibly released, this is all speculation, but that she possibly released the thing to,
Why were they kicking people out of the apartments?
because they were black.
No, there has to be a real reason.
Well, but if you listen to the 2020 interview,
Yeah.
it's what V says
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that Donald didn't like me taking pictures with thugs and stuff. You know, I would bring people to the games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they were like thugs. I would go with thugs to the games.
Ty Barnett, a black comedian, very funny guy, you know him. He said something funny. He goes, "It's all about the words. Why did he have to say don't bring black people? He should have said penises. I don't know any more pictures of black
Make me
penises
jealous.
on Instagram.
Right.
you know?
I look so
Yeah.
small
You know,
compared
I-
to them.
I think when I first read that, I thought that's really what this is about, is that he's inadequate.
Yes.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Don't, because he said it's fine. I think he said it's fine to sleep with them, but don't take
Yeah, it's
pictures
kinda
of them.
weird.
I don't want other people to know that my penis
Yeah.
is tiny. That's
Wait
what
a
I feel
minute.
like.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like sleep with them, eat with
Yeah.
them, you know.
But she's
It was weird.
black. That's the weirdest part too. Don't you
Yeah.
find that strange? I don't know. The
don't
whole
know.
thing, it's hard to tell. I mean, I do want to say that the media does blow shit out of proportion. Absolutely.
It's a titillating story, I guess.
Yes, so who knows? If I have the chance to invite her to open for you, Darren, though, I think she would be the perfect opener for Darren Carter, the party
Are
starter.
you kidding me? I wouldn't trust talking with her. I feel like I'd be secretly recorded the whole time.
No, wait. This leads into an interesting topic with you, though, because
Yes.
you have an urban...
I feel like I'm being recorded now. Is this...
Yes,
Is this a
you are.
podcast?
I'm
Yes, it
recording
is.
it, and I'm releasing it on FlappCast.com tonight.
Like, why does my voice sound so loud? Is there a microphone inches
I'm
from my
wanting it.
lips?
Why are you wearing that shield, Darren? I'm
Wait,
sorry.
why would I be wearing the shield? I think you'd be wearing the
Oh,
shield.
excuse
Right?
me. All right.
Wait, are we talking about the cum shield again?
I'm sorry.
Or the
Call
cum
back.
factor?
Call
Cum
back to
factor.
the shield.
What is the cum factor? 99%.
So wait though. I'm going to the.
Wait, you never went back to the Jewish thing. Is Donald Sterling...
Yeah, he is Jewish, I think, isn't he?
He
I think
is?
you were Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Did you come out as a Jew this last Passover?
I did, yes.
You're like, hey guys,
Guys,
good news.
I've known for a long time. It's time to come out with it.
I know y'all think I'm from Colorado, and it is true, I am from Colorado. But,
I had no idea.
Come out of the closet.
that's the way he said it. I came out of the closet.
Schlemiel.
Schlemazel. As Incorporated.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, I think
interesting.
he is Jewish.
So, well, what I was getting to was Darren has this urban appeal, really. I know, but
Yes.
and so do you work really well in black clubs, right? I mean, you've all clubs, but
Yeah.
but you do a rap. I mean, does anyone ever say, "Hey, that's kind of a black thing," or
White people usually. Who
do they call
feel
you
like-
racist?
No, it's usually the white people who feel like. But that doesn't happen that often. But occasionally it'll be a white person who just doesn't get it. Who usually like, if I say, like the joke, one of my classic things is, "I'm Darren. You could call me Darren." Usually, which by the way, last night was fantastic. I was on Melrose at the Parlor, this place called They Do Comedy. And this young kid, probably about 25, it was so funny, he looks at me and he goes, "You are a legend." I go, "Thank you." And he goes, "Please, man, look me dead in my face and say, I'm Darren." And I did it, and it gave him a real kick. It was just kind of funny. It's like, in show business, whoever your fans are, the fans, think you're a legend. But it's weird, if someone doesn't know you, then you're just a regular person. They don't know.
And his name was Donald Sterling?
No, yeah, come on, do Darren. No, hell no.
That'd be awkward.
It was,
Listen, I'm calling on behalf of Mr. Sterling. He wants you to give a private performance for him.
I know. You know what? Donald Sterling he donated $400,000 to UCLA Kidney Research Department, and I believe they gave it back. Yeah.
They only had black patients.
Yeah. I'm sure the patients are like, "Fuck it, I don't just give it."
Sorry.
Yeah, wait a minute. Wait, they gave it back?
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Yeah.
And keep the money and fix the fucking kidneys, I would think.
Yes, that's what I would think. It's like, I don't know. So,
It's like I
so what would you
understand
do? Let me ask you this, Josh. You're a comedian. You're a fantastic comedian.
Yeah.
If Donald Sterling offered you $1 million to do a gig, would you do it?
Yes.
What if it was someone that's like, who else?
Yeah, well, this is interesting. Like, let's say the Ku Klux Klan hired you.
Yeah, the Ku Klux.
Right?
The Ku Klux.
Darren.
I feel like if the Ku
Darren.
Klux Klan hired me, it would be a trap. That's what it would feel like.
Hey, let's get that guy from Colorado.
The Klan wants you to do...
Yeah, exactly. You're like, where is this gig exactly? Is it in public? Is it safe?
It's in a field.
It's a kid's party. It's a kid's
They're
party.
also make sure that your clothes are not Scotch guarded because there may be.
Well, it is an interesting question.
Wait, I didn't get that. Make sure your shoes are not Scotch guarded.
Burn me up. Don't they burn people?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not. Yeah.
I
They're
know.
all Scotch guarded.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to keep it real. That's
Wow.
We get asked this question at the club sometimes. Like certain comedians.
Can we have a
certain
grand wizard
politics.
meeting?
No.
And what do you say?
Call Donald Sterling.
What's the deal with the sheets?
Hey, I noticed these sheets are black.
Is your tablecloth, sir? Or...
Wow, this has opened up a new window on racial humor, has it not?
Yeah.
You know what surprises me is that
Yes.
all the players, all those years, they had to have known that, and come across certain instances of him and the situation. I'm just amazed that nobody stood up before, to be honest. I don't know. I just think it's...
What were you saying about you get questions about fan bases or something?
Well, yeah, no, we get interesting... this
Good
was...
deflection.
Yeah, nice, Darren.
No, but
Nice, Darren. Whatever.
I wanted to hear the answer.
Well, like weird things like on Jokes for Jews. Josh does a show called Jokes for Jews, and somebody was like, "You have to have Yiddish comedians in Jokes for Jews."
Oh.
And then, can you imagine if we actually had a Yiddish comedian? Then everyone would be like, "Why do you have Yiddish comedian?" I mean, like somebody always has a comment about, maybe that's why we can. I don't know, there's a little bit of sympathy there to find the good in people, because the media does blow things out of proportion, and who knows what he really said, what he didn't say. I mean, you can listen to the tape, I don't know. But all that aside, comedy, thank goodness, we can make jokes about it and have fun. And I think if only he took a stand-up comedy class, maybe he'd lighten up a little bit. Wouldn't that help him, don't you think?
Oh, man.
I bet you V. Stiviano starts doing stand-up.
He would be the type that would go, these jokes, these are going to be hysterical, and they're so racist. That's
Yeah, I guarantee you V. Stiviano starts doing stand-up. I'm telling you, Kato Caitlin does it. now. I mean, that's, so, and they have a lot
Is that
to
how you
talk
say
about.
her, how do you spell her name? It's such a strange name.
I don't know. V is a V, and that's all I know.
That's it?
Yes.
That's her first name?
Stiviano. Yeah.
She's one of those names. There's certain. I didn't even bother. I didn't even want to know her name. Like you memorized it. I was just calling her the Donna Sterling. What's his name? Donald. I was calling it the Clippers guy and the Clippers girl. Yeah. Like I didn't even really want to.
But they're not. But they're not doing anything together.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, probably not anymore. I don't know.
There's nothing going on there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, she only gets $240,000 a month off the books, and she has 3 vehicles, and I can tell you what kinds they are.
What kind? Please.
Yeah,
what are they?
She has nice.
One's a Ferrari.
Yeah, Ferrari and.
Yeah, but it's all off the books.
Yeah.
What do the other do?
She's an
Ferrari, what else?
archivist for him. That's what she does. She archives.
Archivist.
Yeah, and she archives things.
Well, there, come factor
You know.
10.
Archive,
Archive
aka.
this cum.
God, you
This is
guys
from
are getting so
2014.
gross. Yeah, catalog this.
Like, put this in your file.
But doesn't he seems like
Could
the type
you-
of really, really rich guy who would store his semen somewhere.
Yeah. Could you put
It's
this
almost
in
like a
the
Howard
Dewey
Hughes
Decimal System for me? The Dewey Spermal System.
Pull up the 2010. I want to look at it.
Oh.
Did you swallow the evidence?
Okay, well, this is really...
Thank you. We're doing dick jokes. There's people in the audience.
Darren, you know what's funny is Darren's
you?
comedy
How you
is like nothing like this, even.
Can I tell you a little quick story, which
Only if it involves cum factor.
okay, this is like a real story, but I think I might turn it into a joke. But here's the thing: there's this room that I played. I won't say where it's at, but let's just put it this way: it's in the valley, and it's a what are those? They call those places that sell marijuana, like a cannabis store. It's like
A dispensary?
Dispensary.
Oh, yes,
It's called a dispensary. Yes. And so there's this. They do a comedy show there, and it's like an underground. What's that word called? You guys.
Podfest?
No, it's like a speakeasy. Yeah, it's like a speakeasy,
Oh.
right? So in fact, I kind of got tricked into doing it the first time. And he didn't tell me it was that until like hours before the show, and I'm already on my way. And so you either get paid.
In weed?
In weed, or right, or cash. And I don't smoke weed, so I just to me I'm like always give me the cash.
But you have to sell the weed to get the cash.
No, you don't, which I'm getting to. So this thing has gone. It's sort of gone down and down. Like it was like a little bit less cash, a little bit less cash, and then the last time I did it, it was like mostly cash, and then like, hey, let me buy you lunch, and then it's like, yeah, okay, all right, okay, I'm gonna hang out with you, okay, that's fine. So the last time, he goes, hey buddy, sorry man, it's only marijuana now, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do the gig, because I'm like, I told him, wait, hold on, let me think exactly how I said this. I go, it's like booking a comedy show at a gay bar and telling the straight comedians, hey, but you get to suck a free dick. We got some dicks waiting for you in the lobby. Thanks, I just won't do the gig. But that made me laugh. And
Did he then offer a dick for you to suck?
no, he offered me weed, dipshit. You've been listening to the story? No. Josh was like, hey, I went in on this gig. No. What if you went there thinking, by miscommunicating my joke, or my story, you think you're like, hey, why is everyone smoking weed? I thought this was a gay bar.
I'm here to suck dick and do jokes, guys.
V.
I'm gonna get my dick sucked.
Stiviano called, yeah. She wants in.
So I told someone the joke. Now, right now, I was trying to remember how I said it, so it wasn't as funny, I don't think. But but I told some people that, that's really funny, but that's unexpected.
Because you don't even talk about weed.
Yeah.
We're getting
Or sucking dick.
Well,
Fine.
I have in jokes, but it's kind of like, I don't know, like you always wonder, like, is it, like as an artist, are you limiting yourself if you're like, I'm willing to be this way, or are you being professional? I don't know.
Right.
I sometimes wonder
how
those
are you
things.
feeling with your career? Because you have an
Yeah.
amazingly successful career, and you
Yeah.
have such high energy, and you can perform really
Yeah.
anywhere.
I think I guess keeping it authentic, I wasn't say keeping it real, but keeping it authentic is what would make something
Well, I think
truthful.
it's funny that when you go into the weed store, but you don't want to get. You're like, that's the
Yeah.
only gig you turn down is one that other people would be like, yeah, I'll do it.
I know,
mean,
and then
think
this-
of all the comics who would do that.
I know, and I've told a few people this, and they were like, "Dude, why don't you just do the gig, get the weed, and then I'll buy it from you?" And I'm like, "No. Now I'm getting hooked into this illegal thing, and I'm just like, I can just picture getting in trouble." And
It's turning into that show Weeds. You're going to
I know,
pretty
just-
soon you're going to be doing drug smuggling.
I see a good reality show here, though.
Like Breaking Bad, but I can go do a quick set and make some money off the weed, and then it's weird. It's like
what
a weird.
would comics do? What is
I just envision a scene
what
where
can
you
we trade a comic for? That would be. How do we call that?
envision a scene where you're
great show.
surrounded by people, like everyone's pointing guns at each other, and you're like, guys, I've got a few jokes I want to try while I have your attention.
Yeah. Now, I normally don't say the F word, but it's turned into the punchline.
Would you do comedy for? Insert here.
Where do we insert? Get it?
There it is.
Come factor.
Darren, what's the other than that? What's like the worst gig that you've ever taken? Like, what's the shittiest pay you've ever gotten, or
Oh, let me think.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me think.
There was the one time where I had to use the cum shield. That was pretty tough.
I'll tell you a weird gig I did. This is actually really cool. It was I did a Christmas party for the police department.
Ooh.
And then, but the same night, this other guy called me up, and he's like, "Listen, there's this very wealthy doctor. He'll pay you a lot of money to perform in his hotel room." So right there, it already sounds kind of like, I don't know, man. This is like
Private show. His name was Donald Sterling. I'm
I'm a doctor. Damn it, Jim, I am a doctor. No, so it was, but I was able to do both shows. And here's the thing: the private doctor thing. It was in Santa Monica or someplace over there, like the Marina Del Rey. That's where it was at. And it was like on the 10th floor. And it's in a hotel room. There's a suite. There was maybe 14 people there, and I brought an opener, like the guy to open for me.
And who was that?
That was a guy. That was I'll tell you off the air, but it was
Someone who doesn't want to.
someone who wasn't that experienced. Like, think about it. Who am I going to get to open for me in a hotel room? Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm actually at that point in my
Stiviano?
career where
Yeah,
I would
so-
open for you now.
so this guy like was
Josh.
this guy it was a little weird, like, cause that guy went on and he's from East LA, sort of out there, so he did like one like Obama joke and the crowd laughed, and then he thought that was a green light to start doing racial jokes. Hey man, that reminds me, okay, there's a white, a black guy, and you're just like, oh god, this is okay. So I'm giving him like this, stop it, that's wrap up, bring me up. And they didn't laugh, and then he told like another street joke, and then he made fun of himself, and then he did okay. He pulled it out. That was weird. I was like, stop, what are you doing? This ain't our room that we do out in Montebello. So then I go up. I know. I was gonna say our room that we do, but the name sounds like I'm making a racial joke. It's called Tortillas. That's the name of the room. It just like Tortillas. Clean it up. No, but Tortillas is a real place. It used to be called Wild Coyote, then now it's called Antigua. So you could look it up. But okay, so then I go up on stage or whatever the thing is. It's basically like the kitchenette area of the suite, and this comedian is sitting directly behind me on a chair, just like looking at his phone the whole time. I'm like, and so I stop, and there's no microphone. I go, all right, hold on a second. I go, dude, what do you do? Go back there. He goes, no. I go back, just get behind the people, so you're back in the back of the room. And then he basically goes, because all the guests, all their purses and stuff are on a bed. He's like, no, if something comes up missing, they're gonna think I snatched it. And I'm like, hey, this guy's got a million jokes. All right. I go, dude, then fucking go outside. No, weird. You're on stage with me. This is weird. So then he goes, just do
In
your
the
shit.
kitchenette.
Yeah. So then we're both getting mad at each other. He's like, just do your shit. Just do your shit. And I'm like, oh right, I gotta do my shit, guys. Ignore him. So I do my set, and basically I'm supposed to do like a half hour, right? And it's weird, man. And I just get the biggest laugh I could finally get at the end, and then the guy that hired me goes, okay, that's enough, how about a hand? He just pretty much gave me the light like that. But I got my money, which is a lot, and got the heck out of there, broke off my friend his chunk, and yeah, we called it a night. And we've never once spoken about that gig to each other. It was like I felt like we were a couple of prostitutes, escorts.
That is bizarre.
What kind of
What kind of doctor was he?
I don't know, but the guy that hired me said that he'd hired that guy before for like anniversary shows, and that doctor had used him a lot. So.
What kind was cool? What was the average age of the people in the audience? Were these older people? Were they?
Yeah, they were older. They were between like they were like 40s, 50s, and 60s, I'd say.
And money.
Yeah,
rich
money.
People.
It was rich people. It was like a Christmas holiday kind of party.
And did they pay you off the books?
I don't know.
It was like
Bugsy Siegel, Wiki, but all legal, yeah.
They just gave him a gold bar.
Hey, what's happening, Steve? How are you? So what have you been up to lately? Not going to a Clippers game.
Oh, nice.
Because he likes the Lakers, guys. Hello, is this thing on? Hello.
Oh, this is fun.
So that was a weird gig. That was one weird.
Yeah,
That was a wild, weird gig.
That was wild.
Well, who
That was
knows?
the worst Johnny Carson.
Maybe Donald Sterling will be needing to have private shows in his hotel room pretty soon, so that he does.
I think entertainers have gotten in trouble for that, right? Like, I want to say names, but I'm going to think Mariah Carey, was it, that got paid like a lot of money to go for some oil baron in the Middle East and did 3 songs and got like a bunch of money, and then they got a...
I don't know. I know comics.
And they were mad because I think they were like literally butchering thousands of people.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Mariah Carey.
Well, I know.
Google it, people.
I know comics here in LA who have performed in front of princes and in private residences here. It's very. It is weird.
I did that. At
Did
the
you have
Beverly
the
Hills
feeling-
Hotel.
Did you have the feeling? Because I imagine that just reminds me of like the fool performing in front of the king, and the king doesn't like it. He's like, kill him.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's more like if he doesn't like you, he's like, don't pay him.
Right. Yeah.
Don't. No. They'll still pay you because it's a respect thing. They'll be like, don't validate his parking. Come on, man, it's $14, Prince. Yeah, we did the Beverly Hills Hilton, or I don't know what it's called. One of those Beverly Hills hotels, and it has the name Beverly Hills in it. That one, where they do like.
Either the Hilton or that's it.
They
the
do
hotel.
a lot of award shows there. So we played at a big ballroom, and I had this. I forget her name is BB something. She's like the Persian hookup for like those kind of gigs, and yeah, it was this giant ballroom, and he had a crane camera like filming the whole thing, and it's just this weird big empty ballroom with maybe 6 men on this side, and the women were on that side, and there's hardly anybody in there, and.
Wow, that almost sounds like a
There is so much racism in our discussions today. I
But
can't
it's
even tell you
true, though.
gender bias,
It's like
racism. It's a great
I think
thing.
it was like I'm just telling you what I saw.
Women over here, men over here.
Yeah.
You're in the middle.
Yeah,
It's true. There's no hope, and we're headed to catastrophe. Which brings us to Punch It Up.
No. But yeah, he had a whole full-on Grease musical up on stage, and then at one point on the dance floor they had Michael Jackson band, and then they left, and then the comedians, we all stood on this Persian rug and bombed for 10 minutes at a time. And then even the menu, I was like, oh my God, what is this stuff? I didn't know what any of it was, so I took a picture and tweeted it. What is this stuff? I'm at the Beverly. And my wife goes, take that down. You look ignorant. Because it was
Send it to V. Stiviano so she can post it on TMZ.
There wasn't one thing that I recognized. I mean, it wasn't like it was basically if you went out to eat at $1 million dinners every night, you'd recognize it. There wasn't nothing like I didn't see fillet of fish or nothing.
Well, this does, uncomfortable comic situations does bring us to Punch It Up, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Let's get some new comics up here in some uncomfortable situations. Before we bring up our Punch It Up comics, I want to remind everyone listening that Darren is in Burbank, Flappers, May 16th and 17th, and he is known as the Party Starter. His website is...
DarrenCarter.com, and my Twitter is @DarrenCarter. If you tweet me and let me know that you heard me on this podcast, and I'll give you a little prize.
Ooh, that sounds
Darren
good.
Carter.
A free shield?
Yeah, I'll give you a free. I'll give you a chance to practice the new shield. No.
And then also June 6th and 7th in Claremont. So if you've not been out to our Claremont Club, it's pretty cool,
It's like Montclair, but spelled differently.
but reversed.
Reversed.
And it's not in a strip mall. So, all right, before we go too much further, we have come to our Punch It Up segment. This is where we bring on new faces to come and do some
Cool,
time with
excited.
us. about 3 minutes, and then the wonderful Ed in our sound booth is going to play a sound effect, like or applause, something like that. Not this applause, but a better sound effect.
He just gave us a thumbs
Thanks,
up. So I
Ed.
think he's got a sound cue right.
And then we will have the comedians come over and chitty chat with us for a few minutes. So, all right, Joshua Snyder, who is our first comic today?
I give a warm round of applause for Mr. Dez Delgadillo.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, yes. There's a lot of racism going on in the room today. It's cool, man. I'm not racist. I don't judge people by the color of their skin. That's what the white people think, anyway. I don't like to drink before I come on stage because I don't want to mess up and, miss the light. So I'm just going to talk forever. I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope your iTunes feed can support the amount of verbiage I'm about to drop on you. Oh, man. I was talking to Josh. Josh said hello to me when I came in, and we talked for like 15 minutes. Only I didn't know it was Josh the whole time. So I was just trying to fake it like, hey, man, how are you? And I do that a lot, but now that I'm in comedy, you meet such weird people, you have to really work on how creepy your general greeting is. Like, hey, how is your girlfriend / wife / Russian transvestite you met on Craigslist? Hey, I like coming up and performing in front of people for the first time because they get really uncomfortable. They're like, I've entered this weird parallel universe with a handicap, make fun of us. It's true. Oh, man, a lot of the handicapped people I know are very negative, though, negativity's bad. Like, oh, man, there's no ramp. How am I supposed to get up these stairs? Or, oh, man, there's no Braille on this drive-through ATM. How am I supposed to do my banking? I'm very positive about stuff, man. I like to look at things in a good light. Like, the government calls me differently abled, but I just see it as a license to jaywalk. I was walking down the street the other day here in Burbank, and somebody yells at me. They drive by and they go, hey, I can see you! And I was like, how am I supposed to react to that, man? Cool! That makes one of us. The visibility cloak is working. Oh, man, I'm about as good at relationships as I am at playing darts. When I go to a club and I ask where the ladies be at, my ass needs turn-by-turn directions. All right, but there is some drawbacks here. I'm going to put this on my OkCupid profile. There's some, I'm a great catch. You just got to take the bad with the good, Bad news is we can't play Pictionary together. Good news is we have an excuse to not play Pictionary. Bad news is we can't look at family photos together. That's very sad. Good news is you'll never find crusty Playboys in my sock drawer. Hell, I don't even care what your face looks like as long as you occasionally sit down on mine. Oh, man. Is that my time? How much time do I got left? Cool.
Great. Yes, come over and talk to us on the couch here. Grab that mic too, Josh.
Don't sit on the
Yeah,
cane.
perfect. Wow, this is exciting. Dez, nice to meet you. Is it Des or Dez?
It's Dez. It's an
Dez.
S, but it's pronounced like a Z, except I don't put people to sleep.
How long you been doing comedy?
7 months. I've been doing it since August.
Wow.
Yes.
Very new.
Nice.
Very new.
How's that feel?
Oh, it's awesome. It's
Kudos,
catharsis.
Yeah. Great job getting up here. It is awkward and weird. Now you can put this in your most awkward moments,
Well,
right?
I just pretended there were like 30 of you, so it was a little bit better.
Darren, what do you have for Des?
You know how they say like blind people have extra sense? What is it called? Extrasensory perception?
I don't know. I don't got it.
Well, I was blown away that he knew that both Josh and I are into like Russian transvestites. Like, why you gotta put that out there on blast?
It's an intuition thing.
No, that was great. That was great. My advice in the future, if you were to do a podcast like this, just state that you're blind right off the bat, because the listener
That's right.
is like, because we all in this room, you know.
I forget that not
Yeah.
everybody has the benefit of not seeing ever.
Yeah. There's a couple minutes in where I'm like, oh, I don't think people know what he's talking about. Like,
You know,
oops.
that's exactly what I wrote down, like in
Yeah.
your opening setup.
But that's just for radio,
Yeah.
radio or podcast. I would
Well,
say.
actually, I don't think so, Darren. I actually have experience
Oh.
working with disabled comics, and I would
Yeah.
tell you that the person with the disability thinks everybody knows. But honestly, like Donald Sterling, who has a huge disability, no, it took me Stiviano to point it to the surface. Anyway, but I mean, don't take for granted that people aren't necessarily, like they might think you're partially sight, maybe you have partial sight, or, so I mean, I would definitely also agree, say that really up front, just you're,
Yeah, she's right.
I'm blind.
Yeah, I'm blind.
Completely blind.
Yeah, completely
I can't
blind.
see any of you. Then that's a good thing.
Because I knew another comic that was blind, and I was like, well, I thought he was blind. Well, I don't know. I always felt like he's amazing. This is great. And then the more you get to know him, you're like, how blind is he? Because I think he really bought into it. And then like you realize he would have a laptop and he'd try to book himself on gigs. And he was, but whatever. But then I realized there's various. But his act. He's like, I'm blind. His whole act was a bunch of blind jokes. And then I told a friend, I go, I wonder sometimes. He goes, dude, let me tell you. Because we did this military gig. We were fucking playing basketball together.
Yeah.
Because I think he's not that. I'm like, you mean he's like the way I am when I take my contacts out? That's kind of messed up to make that your hook.
Well,
or something.
Des, I worked with Josh Blue from the last Comic Standing, and I helped get his career going. And one of the biggest things that people would always say to us in the booth was they said he was making up having CP.
Oh.
They would always ask, and because people do think that it's a gimmick, which it's not.
Yeah,
but so
for a comedian, they think.
Yeah.
I could picture like a
Right.
drunk, dumb comedian person going, hey man, you guys faked that, huh?
Right.
This is kind of your thing.
But the huge advantage you have is to call that out right away.
Yes.
That's what we're
Because
saying.
unfortunately, there have been, like in the past, I've heard about comedians who would, put themselves in a wheelchair, like at an open mic, and then they go, just kidding, those were my jokes. I'm like, that's kind of screwed up.
That's fine. I'm gonna open up with a bit. I'm so blind. How blind are you?
That's fun. I mean, however you can introduce it that feels good to you, but that's great. And
Do you reference not playing the piano? 'Cause that'd be kind of funny. 'Cause people,
I have a Stevie Wonder joke in there actually.
Yeah.
We didn't get there, but they told me to add like sunglasses and rocking and shit, so I'm gonna work on that.
Josh can help
Because that
you
could be
with
a
the
thing,
rock.
because with Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder and the whole, like you could be like, I do comedy, I do stand-up comedy because I don't really play piano, and I don't know, or some shit.
I thought it was great. I had a good tag on the Braille joke too. On I think this is really funny. I don't know if you can use it, but we had to put restroom signs up, and there's literally like mannequins on there, like a male and a female, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath that, then they also insist you have Braille, and I'm like, isn't the penis enough? Like, can't you know?
But people don't want to run around filling for penises.
But there's something fun you could play with that.
Or boobs. Put boobs on the
Yeah,
female.
I'm so glad that
Oh, this
they
has
actually
boobs.
made
Oh,
these
wrong
anatomically correct. Now,
Here's a dumb joke you could say if you ever wanted to. If you here's one for you. Hey, I met Stevie Wonder. We didn't get along. We didn't see eye to eye. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. That's,
all right. Well, Dez, do you have any comments on Donald Sterling before we get you out of here?
Oh man, I feel like I've watched CNN like 30 times just watching this podcast, man. So much Donald Sterling talk. I gotta drill this.
Oh, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Can you when you hear people's voices, you would have an image of like what you might think that they look like?
You are a very sexy, chocolatey man.
Thank you. Now, do I sound? This is my real voice. Now, do I get sexier when I do? I'm not Darren. I'm Darren. Hey man, just keep doing your thing.
Man, you're bringing my glaucoma back. You're so sexy.
How does Josh sound? Does he sound like he's a virgin?
Yes, I believe the answer is right.
Extra
Yes.
virgin.
Extra
Even
virgin?
if I think the harder I try not to sound, the more like, yeah, hello. You
How
know.
does a non-virgin sound like you? I'm not a virgin. Listen to how loose I am.
I'm so loose.
This is a great bit for him, Darren.
I know,
You
I
could
know.
play with the audience.
That's what I
about
do.
me?
I help others become funny.
What about me, Dolly Parton, right?
Oh, absolutely. Very dolly. Very dolly.
That was great. Well, thank you for coming
Cool.
by.
Yeah,
you guys.
Des, that was wonderful.
Here comes
Thank you
Josh.
so
He's gonna-
much.
One more time, everybody. Give Dez a round of applause. That's right.
And our next comic coming to the stage, Josh, are we going with Brent Lowrey next?
Yes, Brent Lowrey.
Brent
in the house.
Lowrey.
Brent Lowrey.
Little time.
I'll give the audience a brief description. He's wearing slacks. He probably weighs 140. He has a nice dress shirt.
Yeah,
looks very clean cut gentleman. With some shoes with no laces. Looking very dapper.
What you got?
Barb hired me.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right, so do we? Can I introduce him?
Yeah.
What's say his name? One
Brent Lowrey. Like Lowrey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brent Lowrey.
Hi, folks. Thank you. Happy to be here. My name is Brent Lowrey. I recently got back together with an ex-job. I don't know how it happened. I hate it. I just called to track down my old W-2s. Turned into some innocent chit-chat. Next thing I know, we're talking positions. They say I can have it if I want it. At this point, I've got blue bills. I need to get paid. So I took the job, but the job is a bitch. I sell gourmet popcorn at Costco. I'm not so much a salesman, though, as I am a free sample slave. Chocolate popcorn sells itself. People line up for it. It's like crack if crack dealers wore hairnets, got paid by the hour, and gave unlimited free samples. Needless to say, I'm pretty popular at Costco. One of the perks of the job that I wasn't anticipating, I've been getting roadhead. This girl I work with got a DUI, so every time I give her a ride home, she gives me roadhead. It's a pretty sweet deal. I think I finally found the bumpiest way there. But the other day, we're almost to her house and no roadhead. So I just drove full speed past and dropped her off like 12 blocks down the road.
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, because if she's going to change the routine, so am I. But it was crazy because as soon as I dropped her off, this other guy pulled up immediately and he was like, "Hey, you need a ride home?" Like, this girl has her own personal Lyft service of horny guys just like me. It's amazing she ever got a DUI in the first place with such good roadhead. I live with my grandma in East LA. My grandma thinks I should stop smoking weed. She might be right. She's 89 and I'm the one displaying signs of Alzheimer's. The other night I got so high, I typed my PIN number into our microwave. You ever done this before? You guys know what nachos look like after 65 minutes in the microwave? Gram was pissed. She still loves me. I think she'd be the first to admit she loved me more before we were roommates. It's kind of sad. She used to send me checks in the mail with coupons to buy pizza. Now she just sends me water bills with Papa John's now hiring ads. All right, thank you.
All right, Brent. Come on over and chitty chat with us. Oh, bring that microphone. Awesome.
I wasn't. Oh, hello.
Go.
Oh, I think my mic.
on?
Oh, there's my microphone.
Is this on?
Yeah, I kind of. Sorry about that. I kind of spaced out for a second. So you get blue balls while selling popcorn while getting roadhead from grandma.
You caught the
I got
gist
most of it. It was
You got
funny
the
though.
gist
Good
of it.
stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Roadhead. I like that. That's Josh needs to meet that girl.
That's Adam Carolla's new movie, right?
No, Road Hard.
Oh, Road Hard. Sorry.
That's
sorry.
what I am
Road
driving
hard.
home every night.
That was filmed here, correct?
Yes. Nice lead-in.
Is that a true story about the girl really would do the thing to get the ride home a little bit? Is it kind of true or is it fantasy?
You said
Let me tell
Roadhead
a
like
story.
20 times. You
Too
did-
many times, you think?
Well, I mean, is it true? That's.
I don't think
I'm
you can say
curious,
roadhead
too.
too many times.
Okay, you ask an interesting question. This is the first joke I've ever told that is a story my friend told me. So I kind of adapted it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I like it because I was like, who would suck this guy's dick for a ride? Kidding, guys, kidding. Can you like lighten up? It's a comedy club. Hello.
You haven't seen my car, did you?
There you go. That's good. That would be a great service like Uber or Lyft. You just hey, I'll get free rides. Just suck my dick. Yeah.
Lyft. What would you call it?
Instead of having
call
the
it-
mustache on the front of the grill,
call
you
it
have
erect.
a pair of lips on the grill. Yeah. Sucking with
Flipper's,
a.
Flipper's trying to
blowjob.
track.
What would you have? You'd have just a big open mouth on the grill.
Oh, instead of a mustache, it's lips? Good. That's
Ooh,
good.
blowjob. Car.
Wait, instead of
Flip,
lip.
yell it out.
Call it lips.
Call it lips. Oh.
Oh, lips.
Yeah, lips service.
It's like, I'm working
Lips
24
pickup
hours.
service.
Then that'd be your job. You'd be like, I'm working 48 hours straight, guys. I'm just driving all these girls around LA and getting my dick sucked. I'm a working stiff.
I should just go with girls, though, right?
Yeah, and you can pay me off the books.
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
Pay me off the books.
There's a lot there. Interesting. Brent, how long have you been doing comedy? I always like to ask that, just so.
I did my first time last year in Denver, and then I moved to LA in January to really like get started with it, and I've been taking it seriously since then.
Oh, great. So he's a virgin, really, a year. You know, lot to do in there, right?
Yeah, it was good.
I
like all the puns in the beginning with the job and the blue balls, my ex. And the blue, yeah.
I heard the
That was
gram.
cool.
I heard
They've got
gram.
a position for you. and all that, yeah.
I heard gram, and I was like, more. What's gram? You slipped that in there.
At the very end,
Who
yeah.
is gram?
She's my grandma and my roommate now.
That's good. There's a premise with that. Grandma and roommate.
Definitely.
Yep.
Grandma, quit eating all my food, roommate.
Don't discount that, because I think that's really interesting. Like, I don't really know any grown men who live with their grandma right now. I don't know, maybe
I'm
it's
trying
a
to hide
common
under
thing.
the blanket of not fully grown, so that it's not embarrassing. I'm just trying to say I'm still growing.
In my opinion, this is just me. I would say maintain that whole thing sweet and likable. In my opinion, with the grandma being the roommate, because people really want to believe that it's a Pixar movie or something really sweet. I think for me, you know.
You prefer harmony to me not getting along with my grandma.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd sort of. If I were to watch a comedian, if they were to do these sweet, like, my grandma, we'd get down.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I would love that as opposed to, I fuck my grandma over. She doesn't look, and I'm not saying you would do that, but if a comedian were to do that, I'd be like, I don't want to watch this guy.
And
That's just
honestly,
me, though.
if I was
That makes
looking
sense.
at the whole set, I would say I enjoyed that material more than the Roadhead material. I think you said Roadhead way too many times. Like, and I didn't really believe it, actually.
Oh, and I made
I'm
a
just
joke right
getting
there
back
about
to
hey, she didn't give me some head, so I dropped her out, and I was like, yeah, I could see women not liking her. They'd be like, what an asshole.
Yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't sound, there's no vulnerability in it. You know, I mean, we're looking
hey,
for
suck
your...
my dick, and I might drop you off in the right.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, that's what they might
I
think,
might
yeah.
let my grandma cook you dinner. Or, something. I don't know, something tie back.
I'm curious.
Wait, this is fucked up.
No.
He came in here totally funny. We're laughing at the very end. We're just cutting it. We're like, no, make your act more sweet. Don't talk about getting any sex. He's like, what am I left with? You just neutered me. Like, I live with my grandma and I fucking give away popcorn.
So this happened to your friend, right?
This did happen to my friend.
So what exactly, can you describe it? Because
All he told me, I stayed with him in Vegas, and he said, yeah, there's this girl I work with, and every time I give her a ride home, she gives me head.
That's great.
6
love
months
that.
later, I
love this.
decided to turn it into a joke.
now, what kind of guy is he? Like, how would you describe it? Like, is he,
He's tall, he's quiet, Jewish.
No, you missed the punchline, though. You could literally just say, so my friend tell me the story about every time a girl drives her home. So, I drove her home tonight, Or
Yes, yeah.
You gotta.
But I like the idea that it's your
there.
friend, because that way we still like you, and you're like, I had some,
Yeah.
boy, my friend, he had this thing, yeah.
So I dropped her off tonight.
but he's a tall, quiet Jewish guy.
Tall, quiet Jew.
He's lying to you.
That's true. He could just be lying. And maybe that's why you could just see right
Oh, yeah,
through
because we don't know. We weren't there.
But you did that joke.
Hey, wait a
in honor of Donald
second.
Sterling.
I just realized who's in the back corner that hasn't spoken a word all day.
We have a special guest
No,
here.
listen, he's...
Wait a minute, he is a tall, quiet. Maybe are you
Exactly!
Wait. This could be Brent's
Flip
friend.
Schultz is in the back. He's tall, he's quiet, he's Jewish.
Someone is popping in on us, and he's gonna.
I'm getting a ride later. Hold on.
Yeah, you still want your ride home, right? Okay.
Getting a ride.
Keep your mouth shut if you want your ride home.
Brent Lowrey, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
very
joining
much.
us. I hope it was helpful to you.
Thank you.
And we really do have a special guest just popped in to do a couple minutes for
Yes.
us. Working on some new stuff, right?
I love it, man.
Do you want to introduce him, Darren?
Yes, you've seen him everywhere. He's been on Star Search. He's been in a big, long movie that I don't remember the name of it, but it's a really long movie. Girl with a tattooed dragon, blah, blah, blah. You've seen him in
he was in
bubblegum
that?
commercials in the South. He's on a new show called Adulteresses. One of my personal best friends. We watch a lot of movies together. He's a funny comedian. We've did the road. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, right here, Flip Schultz!
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you.
Barbara.
Oh, gosh.
So, I'm a blind guy that gets head.
I feel
he's thinking this.
Pulling it all together.
It's a double call. I had this bit that I've been working on. It's a fairly new. It's actually because the other night Darren and I were workshopping it with a couple other people. It's an older premise that I've been trying to really kind of figure out. So I'll give you what I have so far.
All right, give it to us.
Barbara, I'm gonna give it to you so far.
Give it to me.
You're
Give
gonna
it to
love
me.
this joke. I'm gonna laugh the shit out of you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna donkey punchline you. Donkey punchline. All right. So I was thinking about dreams. Dreams are very interesting. Nobody really knows where dreams come from. There's a lot of theories. But I like to think of dreams as like little movies that your subconscious plays for you while you're sleeping. Just a little entertainment while you're recharging, like a little movie. And if you think about that, that means like maybe there's like this whole little dream Hollywood going on in our subconscious, like little dream actors and even a dream agent. Like, I'm telling you, kid, you're gonna be huge in dreams, huge! You think so? Hey, thinking is a product of the conscious mind. We're the unconscious. You want to think, you go over there, but it sucks because it's real shit. Here it doesn't matter. Over there you're like, oh, my report's due. My boss is going to kill me. Here, you can tell your boss to fuck off, grow a pair of wings, fly to Saturn, and do Halle Berry. I'm telling you, it's gravy. Oh, getting a call. Hello? Yeah, I got you an audition tomorrow. No, you got to do good. This could be a recurring dream. And like little, and maybe the dream actors are having a tough time of it, as most actors in Hollywood. A couple dream actors sitting around talking, going, "Hey, how's it going? How's it been going with you?" It's been all right. I had an audition yesterday, man. It was a real nightmare. Oh, didn't go well? No, it was for a nightmare. I'm going horror now, but I don't know. How about you? Yeah, I'm working. I got a couple bit parts and some daydreams. Not prime time or anything, but I'm happy to be working. It's tough out there. Jim? Yeah. Dude had to do a couple wet dreams. That sucks for him, man. Maybe even dream acting coaches. Teaching the finer points of dream acting. Just like, all right, class, today we're going to do a little dream improv. So just any dream, and we're walking. We're just walking. Walking down a path means nothing. Oh, there's a monster behind us. Run! He represents fear of failure. Keep running. Now we're flying. We're flying. It's a dream. No segues. Go with it. We're flying. Oh, now we're making love. Oh, it's a beautiful woman. Oh my God. We're about to. It's our mother. And we wake. And that's what I have.
Good job.
Why am I moving the mic to the side? This is a force of habit. Like nobody. It's podcast.
So
Doesn't matter if they can't see me.
It's so professional.
Thank you.
Wow, I like that.
I like that. It's even tighter tonight than it was a couple nights ago when you
Yeah,
ran.
I had it thank you. The whole actors talking to each other is a brand new idea based on the workshop I was doing with Darren and some other people.
Commission. You got to do. The agent has to get 15%.
What's 15% of a dream?
I know. A wet dream, or
That's the title of an autobiography right there.
What?
What's 15%
of a dream?
Wow.
Living with my grandmother in Koreatown.
Yeah. I got one. What if the agent's telling you something like, how's the foreign market? We need to book you into some Japanese heads.
I would say foreign distribution.
Yeah, where you start getting booked into other countries,
international distribution.
International brains, where you could start appearing in Japanese heads or South American heads. Or something.
I also was thinking callback. We're all actors, right? The thing that comes to you, where's the call? You got to use callback in there.
Well, I don't want to make it too
do
inside. Because in Hollywood, it'll do fine, but on the road, I want to make it general enough that it'll appeal to everybody.
The other night, when you did the punchline for having sex, it's your mother. That kind of grossed me out, but the crowd laughed.
Well, not your mother in particular.
Have you seen my mom?
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck? It's disgusting. Yeah. But I was gonna say, what if? But see, hey, mother worked fine. But what if instead of mother you said pillow? Or
well, because the mother is the whole Freudian thing.
Oh,
it's the Oedipal complex, which is
dream-oriented.
That's the cornerstone of Freud's whole dream theory.
If you go along with the idea that it's actors in the dream world, what would be the dream version of Hamlet? What would be the part that they all are trying to prove? I think is it the guy in high school who's only in his underwear? That recurring dream, would that be?
That's an interesting look.
Or you're negative.
That's what's the best dream? The best recurring, the best overall dream that everybody.
You're with someone that used to be with.
Flying? Would it be flying?
Flying is a very popular recurring.
And everybody loves to fly in the dreams.
You're hanging out with your dead relatives. You're able to hang out with grandma and grandpa again.
That's too sad.
Yeah.
I start thinking of my
I
grandma. I'm
don't
like,
actually want to do that.
Darren Carter, the PD party starter.
yeah, wait. Yeah, let's talk about my dead relatives now. How about this for a great podcast? So, great grandparents died in the Holocaust. Let's talk about that.
We have a dream actor.
But no, the flying thing that could be like a part of what like the guys are going for. Oh yeah, I'm hoping to get that flying dream.
Right.
Yeah, that's where you get the chicks.
Yeah.
Could you use it as a reference? Maybe somehow reference Aerosmith "Dream On"? There's that. I don't know how.
That's the soundtrack to the Dream movie.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Dream On. And then there's
Dream on.
Yeah.
Dream a little dream.
Oh, yeah, there's an overweight woman from England that was on, England's Got Talent or whatever.
Would the stunt people?
The dream.
Amy Winehouse.
No, the ugly,
Susan Boyle.
looking.
Could you do something
Her
where,
name sounds like
with the stunt actors? The dreams where you're falling. Could that be it?
It's funny. There was another part of this that it was too long and I think too inside about a dream producer trying to pitch a dream.
Oh,
and it was this rambling non sequitur. I haven't written down. I don't have it memorized. But it was this like rambling non sequitur, like a non sequitur dream that you'd have. And one of the points is, and he starts falling, and wait, if you fall in your dream, no, he falls and he dies. But if you die in your dream, you die in real life. So we'll use a stunt guy for it. That was one of the lines that I had.
Good too.
I like that.
But is it too inside? That's the thing. I thought it might be too inside.
No, stunt double. You just call it in.
How about when dogs dream?
think
You guys
it's
ever
too
seen dogs dream and then they kick their legs?
Their eyes. And
Yeah. And then do people have a thing? What do they say the dog's dreaming about? Have you ever heard that?
Oh, running, getting chased.
Chasing rabbits or
chasing something or getting chased.
You gotta have. Do you have the dream director? You gotta have the dream director. You gotta have.
You know what?
Kubrick.
I have a book for you. You should take. I have a book that gives you all the interpretations of dreams.
Well,
I've done
snakes and
online
penises.
research.
Snakes and penises.
Because it's always different
The
than
whole
what you
snakes and
think.
penises.
Snakes and penises.
Snakes, like you're falling. There's
And
a room
we're
full of snakes.
tying
It's
this
all
back to
dicks.
Donald Sterling.
By the way, don't you find
Stiviano
it?
is in your dream.
Don't you find it ironic that Donald Sterling was blacklisted?
Oh.
Another shelf
You got
life of
another
a
one?
month.
Yeah, I know, but they're good, aren't
They're
they? Wow, what a treat! Flip Schultz stopped in.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
And Darren Carter, what an amazing podcast we've had today. I cannot thank you guys enough. And for those new comics listening, you can see, we as comedians are always working on our material. Always, have fun with it. Sometimes you can't just sit down and write it down. You got to be in conversation and get other people's comments, because even if you don't take exactly word for word their joke, sometimes they'll say something that's
What about a pipe dream?
need you to see. He ain't
What about a
giving
pipe
up.
dream?
What about a weed dream?
That is a pipe
What's
dream.
a pipe dream?
Oh gosh, I know so much about marijuana.
In
Barbara's
your
my
dreams.
supplier.
Yeah. See,
Every
I
day's
like
a
to play
holiday with
innocent.
Barbara Holiday.
Holiday, celebrate. Anyway, are we on weed right now? This is so. They're turning.
If it is, you're pumping it into the room, which makes Flappers the best comedy club
That's not actually, I heard in Denver they're doing that now.
ever. You really?
Yeah. No, they're pumping brownie smell into all the clubs that. No, I'm serious. Like
Hey, when you guys sold,
to plant food.
remember when you guys had? Do you
suggestions.
still have chocolate chip cookies?
We do warm chocolate chip cookies when you come to see Darren. You can.
I remember
eat
when
those.
Yeah, because I remember when you guys first had that, the smell would just permeate everywhere. It was so good, and then more people would buy them, and it was like $6. You get 7 cookies or something like that.
It's a lot of cookies.
It was a lot of cookies. It was like I was like, this is a great idea.
It still is a lot of cookies. You can still get them, Darren. They did not go away.
The macaroni, though, that is the shit.
Yeah, the macaroni and cheese was
avocado
awesome.
shrimp macaroni.
You guys, I do not
yeah.
pay the comics to say these things.
I'm
But
sorry,
thank you,
seriously,
Flip
I could
Schultz
put
and Darren
Yeah.
Carter.
It's embarrassing. I go to other clubs. Hey, you gotta try our burger, or you gotta try that. And I'm just like, oh, it's not.
Thank you for the Flappers.
Flappers
Kudos.
food, yes.
Flip Schultz is leaving, and we are coming to the end of our wonderful podcast today. How much fun did we have? And we learned so much about all different races and cultures.
I
and
would say,
peoples.
if I was listening to this podcast, come factor of 10. That's.
Don't forget, this weekend in Claremont, we have...
Helen Hong.
Oh, yes, from Inside Llewellyn Davis. Did I say it right?
I think so, yes.
Inside Llewellyn Davis.
Llewyn Davis, there we go.
Crap. And Darren Carter, again, May 16th and 17th in Burbank, and June 6th and 7th in Claremont. Come check it out. He does 45 minutes of non-Donald Sterling material.
Here's one clean joke. It's a little Sunday Punday joke. I came up with this on Sunday. Why do bumblebees have such sweet hairstyles?
Why?
Because of their honeycombs.
Oh,
What, you guys don't like my bee material?
flap out.
Hey, I'm offering rides. Anybody need a ride? If you know what I mean.
What was that UFO ending? Thank you, Darren. Woo, Flip, thank you. Great comments. Dez, Brent, awesome. Woo. That was weird. Let's send that to TFZ. What do you say?